Welcome back. We are looking ahead to an exciting and powerful event happening this weekend, the Cares for Kids Radiothon.
Hey, your favorite radio station's host from 107.5 Frank FM and 99.9 The Wolf will hit the airwaves to share incredible stories of triumph to help raise money for the MaineHealth Barbara Bush Children's Hospital.
And we have the radio stars here with us this morning. Leif
Star.
Erickson, yes, from Frank FM, and Michelle Taylor from The Wolf. Good morning, guys. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning
for
to
having
you.
us.
This is an incredible event. Tell us how long you've been participating in this and what we can expect Friday and Saturday.
Well, this will be our 20th year doing the
Wow.
Radiothon. Time has just flown by, but we'll be doing this for 2 days, starting bright and early Friday morning, 6 a.m., going right to Saturday afternoon, and it's always a lot of positivity, a lot of emotions, but really it's emotions, I think, that connect with people and get them to think, yeah, I want to be a part of this. I want to help this hospital.
Yeah, speaking of emotion, I know I've listened to this several times, Michelle, on the radio. A lot of times I thought you guys were going to start crying. It gets so powerful sometimes, huh?
It does, because you know, you have a little bit of, I mean, these are moms and dads, real moms and dads that are here, that are our neighbors, that are our co-workers, that our family. And so when you hear them sharing their stories, it really hits home, you know, that this is really happening, and that they are opening up their hearts and sharing their journeys, which can sometimes be really tough. But at the same time, they also share some of those really meaningful, joyful moments that they have with the hospital, and we're pleased to be a part of all of that.
Yeah, what does it mean for you personally just to be part of this event? I mean, these are members of your community, you know, that you're helping out.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we hear time and time again when we do this Radiothon and going into this 20th year is we never knew we would need MaineHealth Barbara Bush Children's Hospital, but boy, are we glad it's there. That we will hear from people that were donors, and all of a sudden, you know, their child has an illness, or they get in an accident or something, and boy, they're glad that they paid it forward.
Yeah, and Michelle, I know we're both parents, and just that really hits home when you're talking to some of these people with their kids and saying, you know what, that could have been my kid, or could be. You know?
It's true, it really is, and it's interesting because, you know, we've had a chance already to meet some of the parents who are going to be sharing their stories with us this year, and some of them are nurses who work in the hospital who now are experiencing the story from the other side, and you realize that it really is, you know, everyday people in our community who are experiencing it. And as Leif said, you know, you never know when you're going to need it. I was really blessed to be able to go full term, 9 months, give birth to a healthy, happy boy who's doing well and thriving, but that isn't the story for every family.
So since 2006, this Radiothon has raised over $4.5 million. Tell us just your reaction to hearing that number.
It's mind-blowing, really.
It totally is.
And I don't know, I feel a source of pride too. I think it's exciting that I feel like we're getting the message out, that our listeners are connecting, that our listeners are wanting to pick up the phone or text in a donation, not just, you know, moms and dads that are listening, but people who own small businesses here in the community. Everyone kind of becomes a team when it comes to the Radiothon.
Yeah, why would you encourage people to donate? There's so many charities out there. Of course, you know, economic times, you know, the price of eggs is through the roof, everything is. And it's tough, but to find people to find an extra couple of bucks to donate to any cause, including this one.
Yeah, I think the main point is no child is ever turned away. I think that's the most important thing. You know, they certainly have to write off a number of dollars in care, quite a lot actually. So that's why every single dollar is so important to this, and why, you know, we still believe in this commitment to, you know, going into our 20th year, and we're hoping to do it for many more, knowing how important this resource is to, you know, not just the Portland area, the entire state of Maine. So you're really, you know, lifting the entire state when you make that donation.
And I also think that, you know, there's a lot of people who have a sense of pride in knowing where their money is going. And quite often during the Radiothon, we will shop for items that the hospital might need, like sleeper chairs for parents, or Brady buggies, which are the little buggies that might be shaped like an animal that kids can roll around with their IV pole, but still feel like a normal kid. And I think a lot of parents, a lot of listeners take pride in going, you know what, my money went towards that kind of item for the hospital. It's kind of cool.
Can you talk about, your jobs and just how important this is for the community, like, getting the message out there about these events and helping people and being able to talk to people as well and learn from people? I feel like we are able to do that as well, and it's very special.
Yeah, I think it really just speaks to the testament of the power of local radio. It's, local radio, all radio, I think, should reflect what's going on in their communities. And this, to me, is one of the marquee events where we're able to do that. We're able to engage listeners, families, businesses. Our friends from Row Auburn, Row Westbrook, they've been a partner with us for 20 years through this entire thing, so we can't thank them enough. It just really reflects what's going on in the community and gives our community awareness that this resource is here and that they can play an active role in helping.
And I guess it's crazy how this has evolved over 20 years. That remember back in the day, you used to hear the ring, the phone
Yes,
ringing in the
yes,
background.
yeah.
And now, people can call on their cell phones. They can donate online. They can do the QR code. It's evolved, and it's like for the best. But talk about the changes and how crazy you've seen it.
Well, I won't lie in saying I do miss being at the hospital itself. When in our early years of putting on the Radiothon, we would be set up right in the center of the hospital. So you would see a lot of families who were undergoing treatment as it was happening, and we got to meet a lot of families. So it's a little bit different not being in the hospital itself, but I think through our years of being a part and being there, we've been able to kind of draw a picture to our listeners, give you an idea of what the experience is like. We've had a lot of families come in and share those with us in the station too.
And Jeff alluded to this, there are several different ways people can donate, correct?
Yeah.
On Friday and Saturday?
You'll be able to call. The number is 1-800-352-6865. Don't worry, we'll give it to you again several times coming up on Friday and Saturday. Yeah. People will be able to go online to our website, so they can text as well. So there's myriad ways. I remember the good old days when it was just a phone bank. People still call. People still like to, have that conversation, but it's so much easier to just get your phone out, make that donation, and know that you did some good.
Yeah.
With our job, the same as you, we're here for news, information, entertainment, especially with you guys. How important is this part of the gig right here? Because this is one of my favorite, is the volunteering and helping out a charity.
Well, I love meeting the families who over 20 years gotten to know pretty closely, some of whom have become friends with us on social media, who come back, kids who've grown up who are now married with their own kids. I think it's a really special experience to be able to, just get to know not only the families, the patients, the staff that we've worked with, the hospitals, doctors and nurses, the staff who we work with every year for this Radiothon, and also be able to put on some cool side events. We have hosted a couple of charity concerts through the years that have helped raise some money on the side for the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. We love being a part of MaineHealth, and they really truly are a home away from home for us, really.
And what have you heard just from people? It sounds like there are a lot of people that look forward to this every single year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a couple of days of positive radio, and I think with the churn of the news cycle, sometimes you need something to give you hope in your community, and this truly does that. So I personally look forward to it every year. I mean, even the behind-the-scenes stuff. Preparing a lot of the stories that we interview a number of families. We'll put it to maybe a popular song. Just being able to tell their story in a unique way is a privilege for me, and can't wait to do it again.
Talk about the hours where you guys work, so people know when to tune in and listen to your show. Michelle and Leif both.
So Friday morning, we'll kick things off at 6 a.m. and we'll go right through to 6 p.m. on Friday. That's day one. And then Saturday, we're right back at it, 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. So by 4 o'clock, we'll be wrapping it up and hopefully have an exciting total to bring to the hospital.
All right, let's get that number one more time.
All right, it's 1-800-352-6865. We'll give it to you again, we promise.
They got great voices.
Oh yeah, they got it.
I'm like, I wish I had that voice.
I know. How can we get that? We'll go to radio school, right?
My voice is stronger in the morning, but I'm the afternoon guy. Go figure. So.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for this event. Thank you for doing this, and we hope you raise a lot of money.
Thank you
so
for having
much.
us.
If you did the sound effect for phones in the background.
Oh yeah, you are good at that. He's really good at that. All right, after the break, Chris.